Good morning, welcome to BRIT Live. We're Tech TV, I'm Flavia.
And I'm Hamish, coming to you live from the YouTube studio.
Today we're going to be talking about all things technology, social media and AI.
Coming up, we've got community interviews and a game show talking about all the aspects of AI, comparing real life images to AI ones.
I think we can definitely say AI has had a debatable impact on the arts, but later we'll discuss the positive and negative aspects of AI within the arts.
And as aspiring filmmakers, we'll be certainly seeing the positive and negative impacts of AI within the next few years.
Whether it's taking jobs or enhancing them.
No matter how you look at it, it's going to impact our everyday lives.
We're already seeing the impacts of it in all the arts, resulting in the writers' strike in 2023, a result of studios threatening to replace screenplay writers with bots.
Exactly. It's already having an impact on the older generation, so I can't even imagine how it will impact our lives and the generations to come.
Well, according to Deloitte's 2024 Gen Z and Millennial survey, roughly 25% use generative AI at work almost all or most of the time.
And 18% say they couldn't even do their jobs without it, and 33% would continue using AI even if it was banned by their employer.
Those percentages are surprisingly high.
And they'll only increase with years to come.
Especially since it's getting harder and harder to avoid.
And I can't even imagine growing up with AI, never knowing a time before it.
It'd be completely normalised within everyday usage.
For example, we grew up with social media, right? And now I can't even go to sleep without scrolling through Instagram beforehand.
Yeah, I think it's when you grow up with something, then it's hard to reverse what you've already learned and grown up with.
Well, definitely. But let's save our thoughts for later on in the show. For now, let's see what the younger generation think about AI.
Some of our team went out with BRIT to find out why BRIT is so important and find out what the younger generation think of AI.
Our team asked Brit School's principal, OBE, Stuart Warden, why they do BRIT and why it's crucial to get the younger generation excited about the arts in a time where AI is taking over and transforming the arts forever.
Take a look at this.
We're filming for the BRIT Festival, which is where BRIT brings in people from around the community to do creative activities in the school. And today, we're joining a group of Year 6s who'll be doing some math challenges around the school.
BRIT is one of the most important, brilliant things that we do. So it happens in the summer term and we open the school. We reach out into the community for people who don't normally have the arts in their lives to have arts in their lives. So today we've got some primary school children in doing a project with our maths department, but we've also got people from community groups from all around the local Croydon and Selhurst area. So we're reaching out to bring people into the community. It's amazing, and sharing this amazing school with others.
Quadrant, and then above the fourth quadrant, the negative and the positives.
I liked it because I learned that you could translate it.
I really liked the last activity where we had to find Mr. Lou because it really helped me improve my understanding of coordinates.
And because we're looking at tech, we decided to ask Year 6s how they use technology in school.
Use ChatGPT to answer some questions that I might not know.
I also use ChatGPT because there's some questions that I want to know and sometimes Google might not have those exact same questions.
I use ChatGPT just to create prompts for fun, and sometimes I use that just to make a little video of what I created.
But before we used to use like more writing stuff, and now because we're like getting to the end of the year and we finish our sets, and now we're kind of using more of the laptops now.
AI is an exciting new arrival on the scene of creativity and the world in which we live. I think the Brit School believes that we should stand on top of AI in a good way, like, you know, and just see what it's going to give us, really.
Welcome back. Wow, that was really inspiring to see the difference between how I, as a 17-year-old, use AI and how primary schools nowadays use it. We're live back in the YouTube studio and we have a brand new segment for you all.
Now, as AI evolves, it's getting more and more realistic. You're scrolling through Instagram, seeing all these photos. It's getting harder and harder to tell what is real and what is AI.
So we bring you a brand new game show called Bot or Not. Now, We've got Saoirse
And Galia.
in the studio here today, and we're going to show them some real images and some AI ones. Now, what you're going to do for us today is identify which photos are AI and which ones are real.
Okay, guys, starting off strong. We've got two lovely little ladies enjoying a drink at the pub. Is this bot or is this not?
Surely that's not AI.
I've actually been told you need to look at their hands.
Okay, but you also have a timer, guys.
We have a timer?
This is 100 AI.
No.
Okay, time's up. Picture back.
I don't think that's AI. I'm saying not.
I think it's AI.
You're saying bot.
You think it's AI. Remember, guys, you can give different answers.
Okay, I'm saying not. You're saying bot. Okay.
So we've got not and a bot.
Okay.
I've got to say, Galia's right here. It is bot.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought you said look at the hands.
Yeah, I did. And she had weird hands.
She did, in fact,
She
have
did
6 fingers.
goofy
She had 6
hands.
fingers.
I can't
Well,
lie.
the time has put me under pressure. It's put me under pressure.
Carrying on now, we have a photo of a lovely girl on the plane.
Take a
Is
good
she a
look.
bot or is she not?
That looks so absolutely scary.
That is AI. I've never seen this person in my
Yeah.
life.
That's 100%
That's AI.
bot. That's 100%. It's just too smoothed. It's smoothed out. It's a bot. It's a bot. 100%.
So we're looking in bot.
We're looking in bot.
Guys, I do have to say that is the one and only Rosie Kale, not bot. She is a
Damn.
real person.
Damn.
What?
You really screwed
It
up there.
really looks like AI. Okay.
Third image here.
See, I would say this is AI just because that art looks.
My answer is
Very
drawing. That is a drawing.
It's a drawing.
A drawing.
It literally
A drawing on the big
Making
bot or
it
not?
AI. It kind of reminds me of those cat videos of AI. So,
Stop
AI.
it. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say it's bot.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You're both going bot.
Both going bot.
I have to say, this is in fact not. This is a picture that I took
a not.
myself.
Damn.
Witnessed
Bot,
it
but it
in
was
person.
not.
It was not.
Now, to celebrate something that only just recently happened, I've got a photo of 2 lovely people at Pride.
Oh.
Were they
look at
really
that.
at Pride?
That's AI. Surely that's AI. That looks very, very fake. I can't lie.
Interesting.
I feel
Look
like
at her
it's-
teeth.
Yeah, but look how gas her curls are. Why does she have 2 earrings but only
No,
one on the
those.
other one?
I
That's
can't-
AI.
That's AI. 100%.
No,
that's AI.
I'm looking going.
I'm
not
saying
AI.
bot, I'm saying bot.
I'm saying nah.
I'm saying
I'm
bot.
saying not.
It is in fact bot, guys.
That's interesting. That was the most realistic one in
This
my
is the
opinion.
one that
Look at
has
the teeth.
tricked the most people.
It tricked me.
You can have good teeth, guys.
No,
Let's
it's
not.
like well
Yeah.
layered, mate.
Allow good teeth.
Now, lovely photo of somebody enjoying their plane ride.
Wait, see, this does look like an average like stock image.
She has really nice edges.
And those hands look very real.
The plane looks too picturesque. What plane
Oh
has
wait,
that much legroom?
too much
That's
legroom.
AI.
Though it could be
Air.
priority.
Nah, that's AI.
Do you
What
think
about
Iceland
her?
Air?
Actually, no. Disabilities can be.
Did you say Iceland Air?
Iceland Air has so much legroom.
Lord
Oh,
Leckman
I didn't know
Iceland
that.
Air. I
Norwegian
agree.
Air, guys? It has so much.
I didn't know
legroom.
that. I've like never flown with any of those.
Get to know.
This one's really, it's really
going
struck me.
bot. It looks too easy.
Okay,
to
I'm
be.
going to take that away from
Oh,
you.
I'm
You're
saying
taking
not.
your time with that one, I must say.
What answer are we locking in?
I'm saying not.
I'm saying bot.
I'm unsure how to say that this was not my most recent Wizz Air flight, that this is in fact a bot image.
Oh,
I'm really
Was
bad at this game.
AI.
I forgot about that one.
You're really good at this. I thought you said.
Okay, we'll do 2 more.
It's because I learned from my
Our
failures.
penultimate.
Lovely little
Bot or not?
garden party.
That is
This is like a real life barbecue that has
Yeah.
probably happened in my garden.
in your garden.
Okay, and we're going to
CCTV.
take it away from
Oh,
you now.
Yeah,
Okay,
You're
well
taking
I'm
your
saying
time once
not.
again?
Not.
not.
Not?
That one was not.
Yeah, it's a
You
classic
guys
little
are getting
garden
good.
party.
Well, we're learning.
And this is
We're
one of my
learning and we're
personal
growing.
favourites.
Just to round
Is
off
this
our
little
game.
cute little doggy a bot
Or not.
or a naughty?
That looks like stock image final boss.
But like I've been tricked by the stock images, but maybe they've
Same.
just thrown one in to like give
Let
us
me
a
look at the
curveball.
weeds really carefully. That's not.
I'm saying not.
That's a stock image.
Ooh, this one's it's throwing me. It's throwing me. I think I can see the saliva, so I'm saying I'm gonna agree with you.
It's not.
I'm saying not. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, Flavia,
This
is it a bot
was,
or a not?
in fact, a bot. Produced by our very own Adobe Firefly, guys.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Thank you so
Damn.
much for joining us today on Bot or Not. I feel like that was a really good way of presenting how realistic AI is getting.
And its quality is only getting better with time. we can look at some videos from only a few years ago and we can see just how clear the improvements are. And some of our team went out to ask some BRIT school students about their thoughts and feelings and general usage of AI.
We figured it'd be important to get some older views on AI since it's not something we necessarily grew up with.
Take a look at this.
I think we're in an era of unoriginality and kind of people are losing inspiration and just making remakes and reproducing stuff. So I think AI is feeding into that, where we're losing that kind of sense of originality and new products. We're just bringing out the same thing over and over again.
Well, I think AI is definitely ruining creativity in the way that it can almost do just as much as a human can, but there's no personal thoughts going into it. It's also really bad for the planet, people are discovering, and in a way, although it's moving us forwards in some cases, it's definitely moving us backwards, because a lot of people will be losing their jobs for it, and it's making people very lazy, and it's just going to create a really lazy future for everyone, because eventually there'll just be robots everywhere.
I think AI is helpful. I think there are some really good benefits from it, but I don't want us to get to a place where we depend on it and it starts running things and taking over jobs for like people and stuff like that. So yeah, 50-50.
My thoughts on AI. I think that AI is going to take over because, first of all, have you seen that thing where AI, they asked it to do a task and they're like, I'll stop doing your task, and it did it anyway. So it's already got a mind on its own, so it's going to take over. So like my advice on this is like every time I use AI, I say please and thank you, even though it said it's going to kill the planet. But I think when we get weaker and AI takes over, it's going to remember that I was nice to it. So I think always be nice to AI because it's going to take over. And you don't want it to kill you because it will.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like AI is being used by the wrong people and for the wrong things. I think the people who develop AI and create artificial intelligence are targeting vulnerable, maybe lazy, or maybe uneducated people and giving them these crazy technological resources, and they're putting them towards the wrong place. So I think it's sort of like a way for rich people to just get richer, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty good because even on in like Photoshop, you can you could use AI to like expand images. On Premiere, you can use it to make a song a little bit longer as well.
Some really insightful thoughts on AI there.
Especially from that one guy with the dark blue jacket. He sounded really smart.
Yeah, great hair too.
But seriously, it was really interesting to see how people of our age have such a range of different views and opinions on the subject of AI.
I think most of us just don't know what to think about it, as we're being told so much about it so quickly, we can't even identify the positives and negatives.
I'm kind of just scared of it, to be honest. I find it helpful as a filmmaker, but I also see that as a bit of a threat, how helpful it is. A threat to my craft and everyone else's craft, really.
I think it's a threat to art itself, as well as filmmaking.
Well, speaking of filmmaking, coming up, we've got some clips from Evie Drake's Year 13 CMP.
Creative media projects are the final project that the Year 13s take part in. We also do it in Year 12 as preparation.
How did your creative media project go, Flavia?
How did my creative media project go? Well, how much time have we got, Hamish? Jokes aside, I did a music video for my friend Pixie in music. It was a really rewarding experience, even though it was quite stress-inducing.
Wow. There's so many different things you can do with this creative media project. For example, I did a short film.
And we're about to watch a clip from a Year 13 short film that we thought represented social media in a very interesting and insightful way.
And coming from such a young filmmaker, who better to make a film about social media than someone who grew up with it?
Now showing a chronically online compilation of trending trash.
What's so funny? What are you laughing at?
Well, it's just this one. Someone must have put it up as a joke or something. That or the organisers here don't recognise fake art when they see it.
What are you talking about, Eva? It's clearly meant to be here. I really like it.
Mum, it's AI. It's not real. Made on a computer.
Don't be so rude.
It's not rude, Mum. It's AI. It's fake.
Well, it doesn't look fake to me. A robot couldn't have made this. Look at all the detail.
Yeah, Mum, look how many fingers he has.
He's clearly just disabled. You shouldn't point things like that out.
Are you being serious?
Yes, I'm being serious, thank you very much. Pointing out someone's disability...
He's not disabled, Mum!
Eva.
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Please excuse my daughter, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
So rude!
I was talking about the picture! Sorry, I really was talking about the photo on the news because it's not...
I don't care whether you were talking about that picture or that poor man. You're acting disrespectful and this is not how I raised you.
It's AI, Mum. It's artificial intelligence.
Shh, Eva! What's caused an interview today? Come on, we're leaving.
That just got old.
Hello and welcome to That Just Got Old, the show where I tell you all you need to stay on top of today's fast-moving trends. I'm your host, Voyinsola Agodale, and today, before we start the show, I need you to get a Stanley Cup, get comfy, open your computer and hop onto Sheen because it is time for the aesthetic of the week. Office siren, clean girl, mob wife, that's so last month. Times are changing and it's time you caught up, girl. So, without further ado, the aesthetic of the week as decided by TikTok is old money cool. This classic and timeless style is all about polo vests and button-ups and floral greens, royal blues and blood reds. When dressed in this chic style, head over to Mayfair and find a Rolls Royce to pose in front of for the ultimate old money core content. If you want to be the trendiest chick on the block, all the essentials can be found at your local fast fashion store. But remember, be quick, as this time next week, I'll be here telling you about the most new and up-to-date aesthetics. Time for a quick break now. When we come back, I'm going to be reading out your predictions for which animal print is in next month. We're also going to be taking a look at the hottest body type to have this summer. Remember, why stand out when it is so cool to fit in? We'll see all of you after the break.
That just got old.
Wow, what a talent on display.
Truly a perfect representation of social media and AI.
I watched that film my own time and there's this scene that presents everything we were talking about earlier, how different age demographics have different views and opinions on AI and social media.
It was very much a satire and it really worked. It covered everything it needed to in the space of only 10 minutes.
I find that's often a problem with a lot of student films. They're often trying to say like way too much or way too little in just like the wrong amount of time.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Flavia. I often find myself editing my films and thinking this just isn't long enough for what I'm trying to say.
It's a problem most student films face, but this film succeeded in avoiding that main issue.
I thought that the anthology format really worked in this case. It gave the film a sense of freedom to cover any issue it wanted to.
It even referenced the quality of AI art and how fast it's evolving.
It pretty much referenced everything we've talked about today on Tech TV.
Although, there was a scene toward the end commenting on the toxic masculinity side of social media.
Most notably Andrew Tate.
And how hard it is to avoid.
And how easily young people are influenced by people with power and revolting views on masculinity.
It's a serious issue that just isn't talked about enough.
Yeah, the only other piece of media that I've seen successfully talk about toxic masculinity is probably Adolescence from earlier this year.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say this film certainly took a very different approach of representing it.
And that's what was so inspiring about it. It took all these heavy, hard-hitting themes and topics and represented it in a comedic fashion so seamlessly.
That itself could be a comment on how social media bends things, making distressing things more upbeat.
Yeah, it almost feels like a coping mechanism, a way of mentally avoiding all the bad news we keep hearing in the world today.
Or maybe we're just overanalyzing it.
Yeah, I mean, perhaps, but now we're moving on to an interview about AI.
Today we're going to be talking to the BRIT School's one and only digital art teacher, Ben Shelley, asking him about his thoughts on AI. So, Ben, to start off strong, going straight into it, what are your personal thoughts on AI as a whole?
Okay, so On our digital arts course, most of our students that go into visual effects or games are going to find it's quite competitive, it's intense, there's short turnarounds for the jobs that they do, and they're definitely going to come across it in quite a big, serious way in their jobs. So we need to do everything we can to prepare them to work with it and compete with it. So I'm finding that our students, or Gen Z people in particular, when they see an end product, or whether it's something from a big company or something that their grandparents shared on Facebook, if they go there, they will have like a feeling of kind of disgust, and that's not something that companies are going to want to keep on doing. And so I feel that companies are going to want to make sure that there's always a human at the very end of the production pipeline. Whether it's all done by humans all the way through or at the very end, but yeah.
Yeah, so do you think there are positive and negative impacts of AI?
Yeah, so with our students especially, it can really help you get out of art blocks. So sometimes if you need to design a new character or a new world or a vehicle, we've got traditional mood boards and visual research. That's great, but you can, if you've just got a complete block or mind fog, you can just go on there, generate some AI images quickly and get a start from there. So that's really good. But we don't know where it's getting the information for those images from, as well as a student that manually goes and picks them from the internet. But it is a great sort of boosting point for them. And as time goes on, we're finding more and more of the aspects of what we do is sped up, and sometimes it's less fun things to do. Sometimes there's things like texturing that can be sped up with AI, even things like motion capture and rigging. We're just starting to experiment with that as well now, and there's elements of that were previously quite soul destroying to work on, and now AI is doing that, and no one's arguing with that bit.
Yeah, not to mention its environmental impacts.
So you talk about using AI in school, in class, your students. As you're a teacher in the creative industry, you know, teaching people that want to go into the arts, how do you feel about your students consistently using generative AI, not just for things like art block and whatnot, but rather like replacing their own work with it?
Great. We're finding that very few of our students are using AI that shows in their final artwork, even though there's some places where we would totally allow it. For example, if they're doing concept art of a futuristic city, like AIing the trash on the floor wouldn't be a bad thing to do, because it saves a lot of time quite quickly. But they have, I think in their portfolios, they want to make sure that the final imagery is their own. And we're not seeing it come up as much as we thought it might, which is really interesting, and to the point where we're almost having to nudge some of our students to maybe even use it a little bit more to speed things up, which isn't what I thought would be happening. So yeah.
Yeah, and with the rise of AI, do you think that people whose income relies on creating digital media, that the cheaper use of AI will affect their income?
Really good question. So we're seeing that smaller projects, smaller clients that just want a quick piece of art to use on some throwaway project quickly, those smaller jobs, almost like lower Fiverr.com style things, that's often getting lost to AI. But your bigger projects, so if you're an author and you have a book, the worst thing you could do is have an AI generated book cover, because everyone's going to assume that every page in that is written by ChatGPT. And so they want to make sure that they have humans making the final art. And so I think we'll find that smaller jobs, smaller projects and smaller gigs go, but bigger ones will stay.
So I suppose, do you have any advice to students that are interested in creative careers and what kind of things they're feeling about AI? You know, are they worried, like feeling threatened and scared of losing jobs? Obviously you mentioned, you know, the Fiverr jobs being lost to AI, just small bits and bobs around there to help build up money. What advice do you tell them?
Good question. So we're finding that that can affect your motivation if, when you're starting off as an artist, the smaller gigs might not be there as much. It'll be really good to be able to, we're helping our students to create work that's as good as AI is. So they need to create artwork, whether it's concept art or visuals or videos, that are at the same level so they can compete with it. Or if they're in a role that requires them to use AI for the first 80% of a project, because they're now as good as the AI can produce, they can do the final 20% as a human and match its ability. So we're now just trying to teach, really good realism where possible, or really good stylization, and making sure they bring their individual flavor to their designs and do things that the AI can't do and think about or put into context.
So what do you think, how much do you think AI will change within the next 10, 20 years?
So in terms of, I've kept track every year of how, since COVID really, of how good the AI images are getting. And if I had like an S curve, I would say it was sped up really, really quickly towards the end of COVID, and now it is slowing down in terms of realism. We're finding that, and I'm hoping that this could be it. This could be the end of this S curve of improvement of images, and this is it. And that's all we've got. And now they're kind of moving into video generation of the same quality of images, but I'm hoping that's where we are. And if not, and if it can just create everything all the time perfectly, there's still going to be a massive demand for human-made content. And I think at the BRIT School, we're in a really good position to create artists as talented and individual enough to be able to compete with that and still.
So do you use like AI and I guess ChatGPT to impact your teaching?
Yep, so teaching as well, it's a really, it can be a really stressful job where there's too much to do in the time given, and it can help. So for me, I can help it come up with ideas to plan a lesson. I can help it with ideas to plan activities. But the same thing, I will never deliver students' actual AI-generated text and just say, right, here's something I've made and lie to their face. So yeah, I might not tell them I used AI to plan the lesson, but I certainly won't give them actual AI stuff. And I'll always interpret it into my own way. But I find it can be really helpful.
Yeah, so I suppose AI is used to sort of stimulate ideas rather than replace them.
That's it. And it works with me as a teacher as well to stimulate ideas and how to teach. And it generally comes up with really good advice. If I put my lessons in, it can give me feedback, it can help me improve as a teacher. Definitely. And I find that works really well.
Yeah, so looping back to something you mentioned before, like your students' reluctancy almost to use AI, I have spoken to a few digital art students myself, who've almost felt who, as we said before, felt threatened by AI when it's come to like creating posters for certain things. It's living their artwork against a generated image. What kind of advice do you give them in that kind of scenario?
So if their client is willing to use AI art over the human art, they've just got to try and do what they can at the initial sort of sell of what they can bring to the table as humans. So if there's an email involved or communication involved, you send your artwork and say what you've thought about along the way, why have you composed it in that way, why there's colours, why that pose, and really show them you've honestly thought about it. And also tell them that if they put themselves in their customer's shoes or their client's shoes, would that cheapen their product if their customers know it's AI and young people can really clearly see it or sense it, even if they can't quite put their finger on what's bot and what's not.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice reference there. Yeah. No, thank you so much for joining us today on the show. I feel like AI is something we really need to have a discussion about and open up about it really, because it affects us all so differently in many different ways.
Yeah, so again, I guess thank you so much, Ben, for joining us. It was a great insight on how AI affects our future and our careers.
Yeah, so I'm afraid Tech TV is coming to an end. So thank you so much for joining us and tuning in.
We hope you've all learned something about how technology is evolving and how we can all go forward with this new tech.
I've been Hamish.
And I've been Flavia. That's all from us today.
Thank you and goodbye.